Halloween is less than a week away, and with Road to the Knockouts leaving packs on Wednesday, we're likely to get a lot more information this week on what the Halloween promo will be. Now in previous years we've had Ultimate Scream, and then last year we had Rulebreakers. Now it isn't confirmed yet as of me recording this video on which promo we're going to get, but today we're going to go over an investment guide to prepare you for whatever this promo might bring, the market craziness, some potential investments that you can pick up, and just an overall trading guide that will help you guys prepare for this brand new Halloween promo, which will be coming out this next Friday. If you guys do enjoy this spooky themed foot video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up on it. If we could hit 40 likes on this video, it'd be much appreciated, and of course it helps the channel grow. And if you guys are enjoying the daily FIFA 22 videos, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so of course you guys can avoid any Halloween jump scares. I'm sorry, Man United fans, please stay and watch the video, of course. So guys, with the Halloween promo coming out, we don't know yet if it's going to be Scream or Rulebreakers. Regardless, I mean, they're pretty much in recent years the same promo, just boosted cards with a different theme around them. Now, of course, we used to have a really fun Scream promo where each card would get 2 stats set at 99 depending on like where the moon was in the sky or whatever it was. But then our last Scream promo that we had, which I think was in FIFA 20, we just got like boosted cards or whatever, which I didn't have a problem with because it was still kind of in that festive theme. And then last year we had Rulebreakers, which was basically just position change cards with big boosts, which again I had no problem with. I thought it was a really fun promo. And regardless, we're gonna get something similar to that. It's gonna be the same promo, just with a different name and theme. Now, we're gonna go over the market real quick. I just want to kind of get in, show you guys kind of what is happening so we can kind of set the tone for the week. Now, this week we don't have any really market moving content to expect aside from the promo screen, which we're going to be getting on Wednesday. We don't have any Champions League, we just have like cup matches, and I don't even think we have man of the matches in the game. So really, there's nothing that's going to be market moving. Now, of course, the market has been kind of declining on the gold cards. There really hasn't been too much action in the last 2 days of the weekend, and I kind of expect this to be flat throughout the whole week. We shouldn't really be getting much supply on many cards. Looking at the index special, which I don't know if this is even out yet on Footbin, it doesn't look like it is. A lot of the out-of-pack specials are fine. They're kind of holding their prices. I know some of the cards that have been really out of packs have been actually going up a decent amount. And even the icon market, it's kind of flattened out, and we're actually at a positive today on Monday so far. So I'd imagine that with, heading into this Scream promo, we're going to be seeing the market kind of incline up, heading into that Team of the Week announcement. Now, of course, once the promo screen does drop on Wednesday, we're going to be seeing a ton of panic, probably, like we always do for every promo. And that means our buy window is going to kind of be around that time. Now, there are a few different cards that we're going to be looking at, and I think that we finally are going to have our first real fodder kind of catalyst to boost fodder up, and that's going to be Scream or Rulebreakers, because we're going to be getting like really good boosted cards that are different. It's not going to be like the cards that we've been getting, which haven't really been great. Now, Bernardo Silva's been good, Politano wasn't too bad either, but we're going to be getting some SBCs that I think are really going to start moving fodder for like this Halloween related promo. We've seen high rated fodder. It started going up. We saw cards like Ruben Diaz sitting at like 15k. We saw some of these cards really start pushing up, and then they've kind of just fallen back down. So I do think it's a good idea to probably rebuy. With fodder, I mean, this was kind of the floor for them last time, like Diaz at 10k, Ramos at 14k, even Benzema's come down to like 17k. So I think we're starting to get to that floor where it might be a good idea to pick up some of these cards. I do think EA are really trying to boost some fodder up. We saw that they included Road to the Knockout cards actually in some of the SBC requirements, and I think there still should be. I think Bernardo Silva has one of the requirements too. So that's one thing that does interest me, and it kind of hints to me that there is going to be a potential actually Road to the Knockout SBC coming out probably on like Wednesday. Or even Tuesday maybe. So if that is the case, it might not be a bad shout to pick up some of this fodder rather quickly, because you might have that as an early catalyst. And then of course, we're going to be seeing similar SBCs, and as you can see here, that is the Road to the Knockout requirement. But we're going to be seeing these boosted SBCs come out like Scream PK in the past, where you're really going to start seeing some fodder move. And of course, we're going to end up starting to get those maybe like Scream Party Bag, Rulebreakers Party Bag or whatever, where we start getting like these SBCs that come out that just push fodder up a ton because people want to complete those, you know, gambling packs and stuff. So I really like the idea of defenders. Any defending fodder cards are really good. I'm going to stick to just the defenders because, of course, defenders are the ones that usually tend to go up the most. And even the 83s at discard price, like Lucas Hernandez, I think Matip still is a decent shout. John Stones at discard if you can get them. You guys kind of know the whole gist already. I really do like the 85s and the 86s. I think they're way too low. Thiago Silva, Bonucci, De Vrij, they're all really good shouts. De Ligt as well. And then, of course, Chiellini, Skriniar, and Laporte, I think are really good shouts as well. Even Hummels with a potential team of the week coming. I think these guys are all really good shouts to go up, especially with all the SBC content that we could potentially be getting. Now, of course, there will be informs required when it does come to Scream. I don't think we'll need Road to the Knockout cards for any of the Scream kind of promo cards, of course. That would be really, really weird. And I say Scream, it could be Rulebreakers as well. But I highly doubt we get anything like that. Now, I like a lot of these inform investments. I talked about it in yesterday's Team of the Week video. I think Suarez, Chilwell, these cards are super, super low. Even like some of these out-of-pack ones like Locatelli, Talisca, you know, any of the 83s at discard, Bastoni, Kramaric, Azpilicueta, even Dzeko. I think all these cards really close to discard are great pickups. Pick up one of each, stock them in your club if you really want to, or just go, you know, pick up a few. We are going to have inform requirements when it comes to these kind of like, you know, party SBCs or whatever. Keep an eye on those cards. I think, you know, picking up a couple of each is not a bad shout, and you guys will eventually make coins. But I just think that we're going to see with the Halloween promo, we're going to see a big boost when it comes to those boosted kind of SBC cards. We're going to see a lot of demand in those, and I think it finally is going to push fodder up a bit. Now, I do want to talk about the meta market because, you know, it's interesting. We actually saw metas go down for the first time a little bit last week, which wasn't something I think people were prepared for. A lot of the low tier cards started getting killed. Dembele was one that got murdered with supply. It seems like EA just flicked a switch and all of a sudden just dropping down a ton. We did see a lot of the icons actually go down a little bit this weekend. They're starting to come back up too. And we finally see on Xbox Ronaldo is sub 1 mil. So you are seeing some of these cards kind of fluctuate around in price. And heading into the promo, for me, I'm staying away from all golds. I don't think gold cards are a really good shout. And we're gonna go, I'm gonna show you guys the FIFA 21 graphs from last year, heading into like a, you know, the Scream promo, Rulebreakers. And the reason why I say this is I just think there's gonna be a ton of panic on the golds heading into this again too, plus just more packs coming out, more supply. I really don't like the looks of gold cards. Now, last year we saw Ronaldo's gold card. Heading into Halloween, the promo dropped on October 30th for Rulebreakers. This year it's very similar. I think it drops October 29th. So we saw actually during the weekend, Ronaldo actually went down a bit in price. Now, of course, this was a rare exception. We have a completely different market and stuff like that. But you still saw his card decline a little bit. And he is, you know, he was a top tier card last year, of course. Now we'll take a look at a card like N'Golo Kante from last year during the Halloween time. Because obviously he was about that mid-tier meta, sitting at like a 300, 400k price around that time probably. And we can kind of take a look and see what happened to his card at that period. And, of course, keep in mind, different market. But we saw N'Golo kind of go through the same thing with that Halloween promo. We saw his card kind of rise up in the lead up, but once the promo did come out, we saw him drop down. And I think, again, we're going to see this with a lot of golds, not just because of supply, but what we're getting is a ton of new alternative cards coming into the game, which lowers the interest in the golds as people look to try and use the other cards. So here's an interesting card. We have Bruno Fernandes's first inform from last year, and this card came out really early on. I think he was in Team of the Week 1. And what actually happened to Bruno Fernandes's card is in the lead up to that promo, you know, he was getting bought up kind of. Now, I don't expect to see this much of a rise. I think, you know, any out-of-pack informs this year are probably going to be pretty flat. But again, the same thing that kind of happened, we saw a lot of panic heading into this promo. And I found this one kind of interesting because he was a very meta card. He only dropped about 10, 15k, so it wasn't really too bad. But I just found it kind of interesting. But what ended up happening is he actually rose up afterwards. And I think we see this with a lot of cards that were special cards in this period of time. So I'm going to keep my eye out for that because I think that's something that could happen on that Friday where you see a dip down on a lot of these meta cards. And then what ends up happening is they end up going up afterwards. And we see this a lot. We see this right now. We saw meta cards that are kind of, up a little bit. I saw a lot of icons that are actually up more today than they were on Friday. So I'm going to kind of just keep an eye on that. Buying metas is probably going to be a good idea during that promo time. Of course, we'll talk about it more when we get closer to that time. But any investments, I would probably stay away from any meta cards heading into this, because I just think we're going to see a lot of panic heading in. I just don't think there's going to be a really profitable time until you start buying on, say, like Friday or something. So whatever that promo is, guys, I think Fodder is probably your best idea investing heading into it, because I just don't see Fodder going down too much from these current prices, especially because with Road to the Knockouts leaving, you actually have the potential of hitting like kind of the double hit. Now, when you guys want to sell these cards, is obviously in the hype for Fodder. If you see cards are going up, sell them, take your profit, because of course there will be, other times where they come down afterwards. They're not going to stay up forever. So take profit if you have it. Now with those metas, guys, again, I think there's just going to be a lot of panic heading into it. Whatever the promo is going to be, Rulebreakers, Scream, whatever, you're going to see panic heading into it when they do drop a loading screen on, say, Wednesday, and of course a different one on Thursday. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. Because, again, you guys don't want to lose coins on trying to flip metas like this. It's a weird market, but it seems the best time to flip metas is going to be on a Friday. So, we'll have a video out closer to that time. But if you guys are looking to flip metas and invest in them or whatever, out of packs, whatever it might be, take a look on Friday during the panic of, whatever packs come out and stuff like that. I highly suggest that you guys check out this Team of the Week video, because they kind of go hand in hand. There is a little bit of fodder investing for that as well, as far as the Team of the Week cards go, and it'll help you just understand what to expect for this week. That wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace.